Hello to our beautiful community, and welcome to a very special author celebration here at She Rises Studios. I will be your host today, Ella, and we are honoring not just a book, but a movement. A movement that's empowering women to reconnect with themselves, to reclaim their joy, and shine from the inside out. And we're here today to celebrate the paperback release of She Glows, Empowering Women Through Wellness and Self Care. This is a truly powerful anthology brought to life by 27 incredible women, including the visionary Hannah Olivas. And if that wasn't enough, She Glows has officially hit bestseller status across 6 categories in the USA and 5 in the UK, which is absolutely phenomenal. And now today we have some of the authors that may be joining us live today, and we are going to hear the heart, the healing, and the hope behind the stories that are now lighting up readers around the world. So, welcome to our amazing authors. Here today we have Paula. Welcome.
Hello.
It's a pleasure to have you here. We have also
Thank you.
Serena.
Hi.
Thank you for being here. And we have Sonia. Thank you, Sonia.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. It's a pleasure to have you all here. And now we will just talk a little bit about your thoughts, about your perspective now that a time has passed, and you should have a different perspective now about the book. So I want to ask you, if you could speak to your past self, the one before this journey began, what would you say to her? And I want to start with Sonia for this.
That's a tough question. What would I say to her? I would say that you can make it through anything. You're stronger than you think, and that there usually are rainbows that show up after the storms, and just to kind of weather it through. And that all of the lessons that we have in life really do teach us something and make us stronger. And that usually it leads us into a path that we really need to go into. Thank you.
Thanks to you, Sonia. That's such a valuable comment. Thank you. What about you, Serena?
Oh my gosh. What would I say to her? I love what Sonia shared. And yeah, just learning from your experiences and being with yourself enough to not ignore the signs or to just be in whatever situation you're in so that you can learn from it, be present, grow from it, and I don't want to say move forward, but just like experience that growth. So
That's amazing, Serena. Thank you. I agree with you. We sure need to experience the growth. And what do you think, Paula?
Yeah, I always love this question because, yeah, if I look back at my past self, there's so many things that I regret, and I think, wow, you made it this far, right? So I think what I would say to myself is, you can do this. Okay? You know you can do this, right? You've done it so many times before, and I've taken that leap of faith so many times before. So just say yes. Press send, say yes, and just don't question so much when you know in your heart. Just follow that gut, that intuition, right? You can do this, you can do hard things, and enjoy the journey and celebrate the small moments as well. Yeah, that's what I would say to, my past self. Yeah.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. It's really important. And now that we're talking about the change in perspective that you might have during this journey, I want to ask you, how has your definition of self-love or healing changed over the years? And I will start with Serena for this one.
I believe that my self-love for my past self was all about going after that next thing, being super driven and being I think of the word grit, just, yeah, like almost just like not taking too many breaks. And then my perspective has shifted from that, like caring for everyone else, to caring more about myself, and just being with myself. Like I'm able to create this feeling of self-love, and I will say this book has like really helped with that, just writing the words on the pages and spending more time with myself writing. So feeling that self-love from is feels easier than it used to. So
That's amazing, Serena. I really like what you said about creating the feeling of self-love, to think about it as something you can create for yourself. So thank you for that. Now I want to ask Paula, what do you think?
Yeah, I love this question. This chapter was so interesting. It was such a different focus to me from my very first chapter, which was She Stands Strong, because this is about something I'm very passionate about. And so I was able to share a very inspiring and interesting story of myself as what was and what were the pieces that inspired my passion for wellness and self-care, which has been since the age of 16. And you know, the thoughts around being fit for life, or your health is your wealth, that has shifted over the years. So even though sometimes time is not our friend on our faces, time does provide us with the wisdom, right? And time has certainly been my friend in just learning and growing and seeing how the narrative around wellness and self-care, how that has changed as I've aged, and that being fit for life is just so much more than just what you eat and your physical exercise, or your health is your wealth, right? It's so much more than that. So yeah, this has been a passion project, this chapter. I loved writing this chapter. Thank you for asking.
I like that you share that there's a lot of passion in your writing and in your chapter, because you can tell that you can experience that. So thank you for that. And now let's go with Sonia.
Sure, such great answers by both of those beautiful ladies. I loved this book so much just because I think it's so important that despite what we were going through in life, to really think about how we really need to continue to take care of ourselves. And when we're feeling good about who we are, it also um, shows up in other places like our work and our family life. And so it's super important to focus on all of those things. As a psychotherapist, taking wellness and self-care is so important. And so I talk a lot about that in my chapter, which is called Reclaiming Your Power. And I really learned the importance of taking care of yourself and doing the things that really make us glow after, I think, becoming a mother and then going through a difficult time in my life, and just recognizing the power that our self-care and the things that we do for ourselves has on us and our impact on the world. So this was a great book, and I'm happy that all of the women here had something amazing to share with all of the readers.
That's amazing, Sonia. Yes, it is truly powerful to take time to take care of yourself and to acknowledge the power it has. So yeah, I agree with you on that. And yes, you talk about how your perspective is different now, the journey that it had. But I want to ask you, what moment in your life made you realize that prioritizing yourself wasn't selfish but necessary? And for this, I want to start with Paula.
Listen, I can be pretty selfish. I'll be very honest. I just have always had that mindset that, if you're not putting the mask on yourself first, then how can you take care of everybody else? That has always been my attitude from a young girl is, it's important that I take care of my physical well-being, that I take care of what I eat, I take care of my mental well-being so that I can be that light for everybody else. Because when I'm suffering and I'm low and I'm not feeling great, I'm no good to anybody else. So sadly, I've never thought of it as being selfish. I've thought of it as being like your absolute best friend that you can be. And what is selfish is those people around you who give you the idea that you are being selfish and wonder why you are not showing up for them. For me, that is selfish and not giving you the grace and the compassion that you need, right? So yeah, that's an interesting, I always come with a different thought on this, is that I just have never thought it to be selfish. And I think everyone else around us who thinks we're being selfish, they're the problem, not us.
Yeah, they do. Thank you, Paula. Now, what do you think, Sonia?
It's easy for people to think it's selfish, but it really is so needed. And if we're not taking care of ourselves, then we're not going to be able to take care of others, for those of us who are parents and caretakers. And so I think it's really important that we recognize that we need to do that in order for us to be able to take care of others. But also that if we're expecting to do well in our businesses, if we're expecting to do well in taking care of our home, and we really need to take that time for ourselves to take care of who we are and for longevity. I mean, we want to live here forever, right? And so I think that it's so important that we're doing what we need to be healthy for as long as we possibly can be. And so I think I've realized this certainly as I've had to take care of others and as I've aged, that it is so important to make this a priority. Thank you.
That is so true, Sonia. Thank you. And let's go with you, Serena.
I don't know if I've really thought about it from my own standpoint of it being selfish. And it doesn't mean I don't act that way or be that way, because I know that I have, taken care of everyone else or been there for everyone else. And so while I don't really consider the word selfish too much, I know that that's how I've been. And I also know that it is, it's very much something that is out there in the world today for women. My mom, which is maybe why I was raised the way I was, she did not take care of herself. And so learning from her and then seeing how it impacted her life, I just know that there's so many women out there that probably don't take care of themselves. And so, yeah, I guess that's what I have to share about that.
Thank you so much, Serena. I think what you said is really powerful. And I really thank you for sharing that perspective you had. Because yes, it is important to take care of ourselves. And now, before we go any further and with other questions, I do want to take a moment to truly celebrate this achievement, as She Glows is now a bestseller in self-esteem, in personal transformation, in women's memoirs, and more, and both in the US and the UK. So this book is not only changing individual lives, but it's sparkling a global ripple of wellness, of self-awareness, and sisterhood. So congratulations to every single author involved. Thank you, Paula. Thank you, Serena. Thank you, Sonia, that you're with me here today. Your voices matter. And I think that this moment is well deserved. So congratulations to you. It is truly, truly amazing. And now I do want to ask you, what message or lesson do you most hope readers will carry with them after reading your chapter, now that you know that your story is being heard? So what do you want to tell the readers? Let's go with Sonia.
So, what I love to tell all of the readers is just find what works for you, try different things. There's a lot of strategies in this book, and then just figure out what works for you and what feels right and take it from there. And so, recognizing that sometimes trying new things can be scary, different, but give it a chance, see if it works. And for me, I think journaling, walks, some sort of movement, and listening to music is very healing. Thank you.
Thank you, Sonia. Thank you. That's so valuable for all of the people watching us and the people reading your chapter. So thank you. Let's go with Paula.
Thank you. Yeah, I think for the readers, the lesson for them to take away, exactly like Sonia says, there is a wealth of insightful information share in this book. So find what really works for you. But also, again, don't be afraid to try something new. If it's something that you're not sure of, just try it. You know, you can always change the direction that you're going, but take action. Like, don't keep yourself stuck in the same place. Just one small step at a time, recalibrate, change your direction if you have to, but certainly take action. And that, you know, your wellness and your self-care is so important. So it is important that, you take action, you know, And again, a lot of what Sonia shared, I would share the same thing for sure. Yeah.
Thank you, Paula. Yes, it is very important to take action at the end of the day. Thank you. Let's go with Serena.
Oh, I don't know if I can add too much more than that. I love what you both shared, because that was my initial thought. Like, we all have our unique journeys, and just embracing what works for you. I remember so many times that I was going to meditate or I was going to journal, and those can mean, journaling, yeah, maybe, but they can mean so many different things. Like, there's so many different ways to meditate. And now I know what my style of meditation is. So just finding what works for you, embrace your wellness.
Thank you, Serena. And thank you all for sharing that. I think that to you and to all of our wonderful authors, I want to thank you for showing up with vulnerability, with courage, and with wisdom. And now to everyone watching, you should know that She Glows is available now in paperback, and it's already a bestseller. So if you're ready to take your wellness and self-care journey to the next level, I think that this book is your guide, is your mirror, and your community, most importantly. So thank you, Paula, Serena, and Sonia, for being here with us today. Thank you for joining us. And please keep shining, keep glowing, and we'll see you at the next celebration. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.